What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mike here with PeoplesChoiceGaming, and today I have a corrupted advanced breakdown for Zephyr. Now, I've already explained all our powers, the mods that affect them, and what they do in my original video. This is going to be more of a breakdown of a couple of our most important powers, so I can tell you guys some important stuff you need to know, and then also do a guide on modding her for more of an advanced build at the end of the video. So we already know what Tailwind does, shoot across, you shoot across the map, great for travel. Nosedive, which we aren't going to use that in the build, more of a situational power that doesn't do much damage, you just dive straight to the ground when you're in the air. And then her third and fourth power being her two main powers, Turbulence and Tornado. Starting with Turbulence, her defensive power, when I first did a video on her, I told you guys, it didn't work that well. And I already knew after this that they did say in the videos from Warframe that it was just a chance and whatnot, but I wanted to kind of investigate more about how the mechanics of this power, what the mechanics were. So I talked to the devs and find out it is a chance you aren't going to reflect all incoming projectiles, but I still thought the power was buggy because sometimes it would completely work with just one enemy and sometimes it wouldn't work at all. Well, I found out the true mechanics of it, and I kind of have a little example. I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. So guys, after going up against enemies multiple times, I wondered why the power would 100% work sometimes and then wouldn't work at all sometimes. Alright, now watch this enemy up here. See, all the lasers are deflected, then he moves, and then he can shoot me. And there's no chance right now. He's shooting me 100% of the time. But then watch as I move around. Now they're getting deflected again. Why is that? Basically, the whole chance thing that everybody was told, well, it's because of the wind mechanic around you. You basically have gaps in the wind. It's not 100% 360 shield, and projectiles can get through. That's basically how it is in the end. So, you can try to keep moving around. This will help you out. But basically, the way it works is just like I said, this isn't, an invincibility power. It's not like Iron Skin or, invisibility or whatever. So she's not a great Warframe for no type of endgame content. However, it is a great added line of defense as power. And you're going to want to pop it on as much as you can. And with my efficiency duration build that I'm going to show you here in the end, you're going to be able to use it as much as you want. It works out very well. Alright, let's move on to our ultimate, the Tornado. Alright, so basically guys, with the Tornado, what I told you in the very beginning was range affected it, but it wasn't really that big of a deal. And it's not. But what I meant by that was you didn't need to add range. Enemies could be 15-20 meters away and you would shoot out 4 tornadoes right at those groups of enemies. It worked well. But I tried using narrow-minded, like 3 from the top, so that I lost about 48% range. Then my tornadoes didn't work. I'll go ahead and show you that right now. Basically, I would only get 1 tornado, sometimes 2, but normally 1. And that was when the enemies were only like 5-10 meters from me. It's because range does affect this power. The way Tornado works is it targets enemies closest to it. It needs to try to find enemies basically to target. And when they are further away than the range that it can target, it will kind of just make one right in front of you. And also, not having that negative range makes it work better because they'll shoot much further away basically. And that's really nice on defense, as you see here. I'm able to get them, I'm able to get the enemies 15-20 meters away. And you don't really need to add range. I tried that too, and it wasn't much of an improvement. But you definitely don't want a negative range. And that's basically it, guys. Those are just some few important things that I inquired about and figured out myself, just so you guys know. Now let's go ahead and jump into the arsenal, and we'll go over the guide on modding her the best. Alright guys, let's go ahead and go over level 30, Zephyr, all around best corrupted build. We want to focus on duration and efficiency with this build. Don't need to mess around with power strength. We're only really going to be affecting our tornado. I tried like a full blind rage, wasn't really worth it. Same amount of tornadoes, a little extra damage. isn't really worth it. And I tried going up against the high level enemies, and this Warframe is just not really built for the end game content regardless. And our extra duration is going to give us extra damage anyways. And with the default power strength, of the default strength of the Tornado, you're going to be killing enemies in the mid to high level 30s regardless, so you're going to be very fine off. And the crowd control, is what we really want from our Tornado, and just making it last as long as possible and making it as cheap as possible. Same with the Turbulence. And for our Tailwind, our duration is going to make us shoot up and shoot out much further, which is what we want with our Tailwind. Now, you're going to be using our fleeing expertise for the corrupted mod, only 2 from the top, because we do have a hard cap on efficiency, and we're going to be maxed out if we use a full streamline and a 2 from the top fleeing expertise. Redirection on there for our defense, flow and streamline obviously for our energy. We talked about that before. Leftover points, we'll just go ahead and put them in vitality, because health actually is a lot better since damage 2.0, since we have procs and our health can be directly affected now. Plus this Warframe has high health, so a percentage mod is going to affect it really well, and in combination with rejuvenation they work out really well together. And then we're going to use continuity and constitution in our polarities the Warframe comes with, and I already talked about those 2 duration mods. It's going to make both these powers last a lot longer. It's going to offset fleeing expertise, the negative duration we get. Makes a Tailwind shoot out and up much further. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This is going to be your best all-around build. Definitely set your Warframe up like this. It'll work out really well for you. If for some reason you want to form her to take redirection up all the way, or maybe take off vitality and throw in focus, just because you're a damage junkie and you want that little extra damage on the Tornado, that's completely fine. If you want to form her one time, you can definitely do that. But this will be the perfect all-around build for you. You won't need any more than this, and yeah, it should work out well. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.